Hey guys, basically I'm back with another review, and I know you're probably getting sick of the reviews as well, but at least this one is not for puppy playtime. We're back with a FNAF related review, and this one is going to go over the Nendoroid Freddy Fazbear figure. So you might be confused as to what this is. Well, basically, this company called Good Smile Company, under the brand the Nendoroid series, or I guess just Nendoroid or whatever. I don't even know how you pronounce it properly, but I call it Nendoroid. I mean, I think that's how you say it. I don't know. But basically, they've collabed with many other creators before with indie games and just games in general. But, you know, they mostly make a lot of anime figures. But this time they collabed with FNAF and they made Freddy Fazbear right here. And if you have never seen a Nendoroid figure before, well then, here it is. Nendoroid figures usually come with a lot of parts and accessories, you know, to go with a figure, just to give it cool customization and, you know, just to make your figure look more cool. Said cool twice, 3 times now. Oh god. I've anticipated on getting this figure, but ever since he went out of stock on the Nendoroid website, I have lost hope. But, you know, I found him in this place called Game Nut. That's, you know, just a place near me, and I'm not sure if it's like, you know, a national place that exists in other states, but there you can see right there. I got this for $60, which I'm surprised, because usually, you know, the Game Nut, the store I get it from, or got this from, usually has these types of figures for like over 100, but I guess I got lucky with this one, so I'm not gonna waste any more time and just get into it. Just gonna slide him out the box, and by slide I mean not slide, because I can't properly open this with one hand. Got a better look at the figure, but I'm just gonna start with reviewing the base figure, which is, you know, Freddy Fazbear himself, so I'll cut to that. Sorry for that horrendous attempt at ASMR, but here is the Freddy Fazbear Nendoroid figure, well, at least the base figure, you know, out of the wrapping, as you just saw. You gotta say, I love the quality. You know, this is my first Nendoroid figure. I mean, it's gotta be. Oh god, the blur. But yeah, the quality's just really nice. It's a nice figure to touch, and yeah, it's actually pretty small. I don't really know what to compare it to. I mean, it's very close to the size of a Mystery Mini, but a little taller, obviously. But actually, I think it's more on scale with a Funko Pop, if anything. Well, let me just test it right now. A little shorter, but pretty much. I really like the glossy effect on the bow tie, the hat, and a little bit of the nose as well. I also really like the metallic teeth and the endo. I mean, maybe not the teeth so much, because, you know, Freddy's teeth are just plain white, and I'm sorry for the scissors, I'm getting them out of the frame. But you know, it's a stylistic choice, but I still really like it just because I like shiny things, as it shows. And as you saw a little earlier, his head does have a little swivel, so that allows for a lot of mobility, at least in the head, you know, more than Funko action figures did, or at least that's what it's seeming like. His jaw can move up and down, so you make him talk like Okay, generally speaking, there's not a lot of posability in the limbs themselves, or at least in the arms. They just kind of move, you know, they don't move like what's the oh no, they can't really do 360 turns with their arms or limbs or whatever, like, you know, they can't do T poses. Like, they could just kind of like, they can, if I can do it with one hand, they could just like do that and do it the other way, and that's it. The legs for some reason are a little more like, you know, they can move a little more, but, you know, not by much. I mean, the arms kind of can, but they're very flimsy, like, and like you just said, like I hate whenever I do these things, because it just makes the video seem bad, but oh well. What was I saying? The arms don't really have that same mobility as the legs do. They, like I just kind of showed, they can only really do that, and that's pretty much it. But this is not, you know, just it for the figure. As you can kind of see right there, there's a little slit for his face, and can I do it with one hand? I don't think so. I just realized there's an instruction manual of how to properly remove this stuff, so I'm just gonna read this. Never mind, I can't read it because it's all in Japanese. I figured it out on my own. No, that's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to. Speaking of which, I just found out he has separate segments that you can take off, not just like the whole arm, but their segments. It's pretty cool. This is also cool. You can finally have a small Freddy mask if you have a bootleg night guard figure, like those Mexican bootlegs. This is basically Nendoroid's whole feature, where you can swap like things like the eyes out and such for, you know, different expressions, and I'll just do that right now. They can easily be pulled out. You know, there's Freddy's eyes, and yeah, that actually can be used as a FNAF 2 mask. I mean, besides the endo, but yeah. And here we have the other accessories, and I'll just quickly show, you know, the eyes real quick, since that's, you know, the most notable part, I would say. First, we got Freddy with the crazy eyes, which is meant to be his jump scare. And I'm not really sure what to call this feature. I mean, I guess possessed Freddy, because he has the white in his eye, and, you know, the other eyes didn't, but, you know, call it what you will. And he has the black eye, which is really cool. That's it for the eyes, but obviously there are other features like his props. Freddy's only real prop being his microphone. Obviously, if the camera can focus in on that, please don't. There's a closer look at it, and it's just as shiny as Freddy's little teeth, or at least the microphone part. And it's got like this little antenna thing at the bottom of it, which I thought was really cool, because no other microphone does that, or at least no other Freddy microphone does that. But Nendoroid has to be a little extra, and instead of him just simply holding it, he's got to have more other accessories to actually hold the microphone. And by accessories, I mean another arm. Freddy has his new arm in. I also put the eyes back in because he's about to say. And here is Freddy with his microphone prop, which, you know, really cool. You know, I'm glad that they do have this little feature with just having a new arm to add a new pose, and, you know, that's really cool. It does feel a little restricting though, so I guess the good thing is that you can not only take, you know, the arm off, but you can also take his hands off. So if you don't want him in a different pose, then you could just have him in the same pose, but just swap the hands, and, you know, that's a cool feature. And wait a minute, now he looks official. There we go. But that is not it just yet, because we have this little part right here, which, if you can't already tell, you can make a little Freddy Fazbear sit down, and pretty cute. But even going through all these props and accessories, there's still one more thing. He's got his own little stand with a few extra little things to add to it, because, you know, there's things on the back of him, or just his back, that, you know, are there so you can pose him. He's got his own little stand now where you can properly pose him and set him up with all these little contraptions. I'm not sure what that piece is for, probably just an extra thing, I don't know. Freddy Fazbear can fly! And I promise you now, guys, that is pretty much it for this review. I really like this figure. It wasn't, you know, this figure originally went for $50, from what I can remember, on the Nendoroid website, but obviously he was no longer available on there. And I got this guy for like $10 more, basically, or actually 15 because of tax and shit. But I'd still say it was worth it, because, you know, you can actually still play a lot with this figure, and you can put him in really cool poses, and, you know, it's really nice just seeing FNAF have this kind of quality in its merchandise, which we rarely get nowadays. You know, I don't trash on Funko for having bad quality, or objective bad quality, because, you know, I don't really think the quality's that bad nowadays, or as bad as people make it out to be. But, you know, this is peak quality of FNAF merch, and, you know, I hope we get more of these in the future. I'm not sure if there's been any talks of more Nendoroid figures. I haven't kept up with any FNAF news, but, or maybe there hasn't been, and I don't know. But if there hasn't been, then I hope there is in the future. If anyone watches this, that's important in some way, shape, or form. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I know there's been a lot of changes on my channel, but I promise you things are going smooth as they could be, especially now that CapCut is actually back on the App Store, so I don't have to stress over anything. So thank you, US government, I guess. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.
I stay lit, not like flickering lights. Good vibes and good times go well like chicken with rice. Squad goals, it's me, myself, and I, and just like smart homes, trust me, the whole club know I arrived. I just wanna step over a velvet rope and people yell my name like I'm welcome home. Shower me in love, my umbrella's closed. The club going up just like how swellings grow. Put on my finest pair of clothes, club so packed I could barely